Welcome to your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference. We explore topics, local festivals, arts and entertainment, and local news. For this program and much more, visit us online at yourlocalstream.com. That's yourlocalstream.com.
He has years of experience with the YMCA network and an extensive background related to swim. So she's bringing an incredible skill set to this particular location that is going to help with water safety and informing just our entire region on what that looks like, how to build up swim programs, things like that, and how to have just continued health, but also the awareness piece that we desperately need in our community. So in the midst of their project and their unveiling that is coming up, they are looking for additional sponsors, tons of hiring opportunities, things like that. So we've invited her here today to share with us what is the current stage of the project, how can we be involved and be supportive, and what does it look like going forward, because a lot of their partnerships also overlap with partnerships that we have in Kiwanis, such as Boys and Girls Clubs. So we're excited to hear from her today, so please welcome Meredith Green.
That's such a generous intro. I feel like standard is set so high now. But yes, I'm Meredith. It's nice to see all of you. I've been with the YMCA in Winder for 14 years, and I was the aquatics director and head swim coach there, and then essentially got promoted into this position to head up this Y and fundraise and get everything started here, and then open the branch and hire staff, not in that order, and do community outreach. So that's a big passion of ours. We are a Christian nonprofit, so our mission is to put Christian principles into practice through programs that build a healthy spirit, mind, and body for all. So everything we do is centralized around Christian principles and practices. Everything we do is basically founded on those core values. But yeah, so we're excited to bring the Y here. We're scheduled to open beginning of April or so, with the understanding that construction does construction things, and we'll see. I think we're good on most of the holdups that we had before. So, and then we're running our membership drive right now, and we're trying to get as many people to sign up before we open, because it's going to be pretty crazy once we open. So anyway, so yeah, we'll have a fitness center with full state-of-the-art equipment. So we'll have 11 treadmills. We'll have new step machines, which some of y'all might have used before if you have hip replacements or knee replacements or whatever, and that's a lot of times is used in physical therapy centers. And then we have cardio equipment like ellipticals, arc trainers, bicycles, stair stepper, and then we have machine weights and free weights as well. We'll also have aerobics classes, so we'll have Zumba, yoga, we'll have senior fitness classes, and really the goal of those not only is to get fit and healthy, but also to bring in a sense of community and socialize and get people out there and meeting new people, so they can either get to know new people or worship together, or get together outside of the Y, or start some sort of lunch club, or something of that sort, so that everyone can kind of meet new friends and have a community setting. And then we also have a complimentary child watch, so anyone that has children, they can drop their kids off while they're working out, and it's a complimentary service. And we have counselors in there that can do games or arts and crafts, and all of them are background checked and follow our youth protection training to make sure all the kids and staff are safe. And then we also have 2 indoor pools, which is kind of our big spotlight. So we have the 8-lane 25-yard competition pool and a lap pool. So that will play host to Walton County swim teams, as well as our USA Swimming club program, which is Safe Sport recognized with USA Swimming. And then we have a separate warm water therapy pool where we'll host swim lessons, senior aqua aerobics classes, which is going to be really exciting, and safety around water drowning prevention program, and adaptive swim lessons, which are for individuals that have any sort of physical limitations like muscular dystrophy or cerebral palsy, anything like that, where they need some additional instruction in the water to help them with their mobility or flexibility, or just pain relief, even if it's just temporarily. So we're pretty excited about that. And then as you alluded to, we are one of our big passions is drowning prevention. So a community like Walton County is at very high risk of drowning because there are no formal swim lessons year-round. So that's a big passion for us to try and change the statistics of a community that is a higher risk of drowning. So, and actually 88% of childhood drownings happen when there is at least one parent on pool deck. So if you think about, a babysitter or an older sibling or a grandparent or a parent on the pool deck, 88% of drownings happen when that person is on the pool deck. So it's not only educating the children what to do when they're to be safe around the water, but also the parents about how to watch the water safer, have a designated water watcher, which sounds silly, but it's actually designating a specific person to make sure you have someone watching the kids, even if it's just a wristband or a lanyard that you pass on to the next person that is designated to stay on the pool deck and watch the kids in the water. And we also teach them as well how to stay safe out of the water. So they know how to check for a pulse, even like first graders can check for a pulse if they are being babysat by a grandparent or something, and they can call 911 and they know how to do compressions. So all that's pretty cool. And we do that Safety Around Water program completely through grant funding. And so we're going to start it with our after-school kids, and then we're going to we've already reached out to Boys and Girls Club, and we're already working on their aquatic safety plan to help them if they go to other facilities or even in their own facility. And then eventually once we can get them in the pool at our facility, we'll do a Safety Around Water in water program with them. So we're pretty excited about that as well. So that's kind of what we got going on. As we speak, the Y logo is going on the outside of the building. Literally, just left the job site, and the Y logo showed up at 10:30 this morning, and it was sitting on the ground waiting for a boom lift to put it up. So I'm pretty excited. You're about to see a big old Y logo out there in the building.
That's a big
I know.
day.
I know. It is a very big day. I mean, some people are like, "Oh, that's cool." I'm like, "No, this is really cool. It's going to be awesome." So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So do you have any questions?
So you've been advertising for early membership, so y'all are accepting members already?
We are, yes. So they can start your membership when the building is open. So there's a joining fee, like initiation fee. This month is half off of that, so that's
Which
always,
is how much?
it depends. So if there's only one adult or one person on the membership, it's 60, so half of that. And if there's two or more on the membership, it's 80.
So family membership would be 80?
Yeah, $80 join fee, so this month is $40 join fee.
Wow.
So, and our website has some of the, has the dates on there, and the ones in Monroe are at the Board of Education Annex. And then we have a location in Loganville at the First United Methodist Church downtown on the 20th. So, and then you can always join when we open, but it's going to be crazy when we open. You'll have to wait in line, and it's going to be a long wait to join once we open. So, at least the first couple weeks. So.
Yeah, I want to join early. You said you have 2 pools inside, so an outside, so you have 3
So
total?
we've sited and graded for an outdoor pool.
So it's not there?
It's not there yet. So anytime you build a YMCA, you have to, the community has to raise the money to build it, and the same goes with expanding it. So anything expanding with pickleball or expanding with soccer fields or a pool or tennis courts or anything like that, the community will have to fundraise to build that.
But the 2 inside pools are already there.
Yeah, that was donated. We got a $5.2 million donation from the Walton County Healthcare Foundation for those pools. So that's
My wife's been wanting pools. I can give her 2 pools.
Well,
for
I'll
$40.
give her 2. So I got 2 for her.
For $40? Yeah.
Tell her to come on over. Yeah. We got some. Wes is gonna be swimming laps, showing everybody up in that lap pool.
Well, she's swimming competitively,
Well,
so she
see?
likes the pools.
Let's go.
There you go.
Let's race. He'll be floating on his back doing the
There you
start
go. That's
finish.
right. Hey, get done.
Yeah, so the 2 pools is gonna be pretty cool.
Hey, so what are the membership fees like for single and family? And
It depends on if you have kids on the membership. I have a brochure here if you want to
Okay.
take a picture of it. So we have a senior discounted rate. We have 1 adult dependents, 2 adult dependents.
all kind of variety.
Yeah, a lot of variety. And then we have like a youth team membership. So, you know.
And you're still taking donations if we get
Oh,
recognized
yes,
on
we
the
are still
wall?
taking donations. So we'll always take donations.
That's what we thought.
Yeah, so we have a big donor wall and $1,000 or more, and you can put your name on the donor wall, and the deadline is February 15th for that.
That's next
It's
week.
coming up. Yep, it's coming up. So $1,000 or more, and you or your company or family name or whatever can go on the donor wall. And it'll be up there forever, and it's at the big entrance, the big vestibule and everything. And then when members join, they have the option of adding a $100 donation, and we have a founding member wall, which will be down the hall, and so it's smaller. And you get a cool mug if you do the founding member wall. But yeah, we're always taking donations and naming opportunities and everything. So.
Can you take donations today? Do you have a credit card reader or anything to do that with?
I don't, but I have forms. I have forms where I can write the number on there, and I can take a check. I can't process it until I get into the office, which is a
See
minor.
it before you leave.
Yes, yes. So if y'all want to make a donation, any kind of donation, even if it's something smaller than $1,000, I could take it today. Yeah, I can always take your money. So.
Well, we do.
Well,
We'll make a
great,
donation.
thank you.
So,
It's like, while you're here.
Get a picture of this. Somebody get a picture so we can at least.
Thank
We
you.
do want to donate and have our
Awesome.
name on your wall. there.
Well,
So thank you for coming
fantastic.
in.
Thank you.
If she'll get the picture.
Yeah, she'll get my good side though.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank
So we
you.
get the lights
Awesome.
on the wall.
Absolutely.
Donate.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, so I'll have y'all, if you fill out a form, make sure I put the right name for organization on the wall. I try not to mess them up.
That just wants to on my roof there.
So, okay. That works.
So thank you.
Well, actually, I have this here. So maybe-
Y'all have any other questions for her?
What hiring needs do you still have?
Yes.
Good question, right?
Yes. So we need lifeguards very, very badly. If your wife wants to be a lifeguard,
My
she gets a
son
free
used to be a
membership.
lifeguard.
Can you
He's right there in
swim?
Monroe High School. She taught all the kids to swim. I did.
So we're doing a lifeguard course in March, and if they'll interview beforehand, and if they get hired, then we pay for the lifeguard course. So if he's wanting to be a lifeguard, and then you can take the basic membership minus an adult and just pay the fees.
I need to get it to be his idea, then he'll want to. If I tell him, he won't.
Yeah. So lifeguards, we need front desk staff, nursery staff, fitness staff. So, yeah, and they get a free membership if you're a staff person. So, worth it.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Excited to hear
Yeah.
All right, anybody else?
I call them the peace out generation. Which, by the way, my college freshmen told me, they're like, Dr. Furman, that's like so not cool anymore. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like drop the mic? Like what? And they're like, just don't do anything. Like just say peace out. I like doing that. They're the peace out generation, because if they're not happy, they're out. If they're not happy at work, they're quitting, and they don't even give you 2 weeks notice. If they don't like you, they're breaking up with you, and they don't even tell you. Because what's that called, y'all? Ghosting. They're going to totally ghost you. Gen X isn't happy. They go home. They bitch about it. They write like 6 resignation letters to themselves. They get up the next morning, put their pants back on, and like they go to work, right? Not them. They're not happy. They're out. And that is why a lot of them are resigning during this great resignation. Because if they don't feel like you care about them, they're out. And this is where the big disconnect is. The way that they want to be cared about is different than how you think they want to be cared about. Okay? So let's take a look at them here real quick. Let's talk about what they lived through growing up so you understand their lens. My yellows, how old were you when 9/11 happened? Whoever said 18, you're probably more of a cusper, and you're demonstrating more Gen X tendencies. The rest of you who are like 15 and younger, so I heard 7, 8, 11, okay? How old were you when Columbine happened? That was 98. 8, 6, okay? I have my cusper over here. What were you told was going to happen on December 31st, 1999? Okay, so I want you all to think about this. This generation, as young children, had a terrorist attack on U.S. soil that we were told was never going to happen again since Pearl Harbor. They suddenly had these mass school shootings. You were told that the end of the world was going to happen on New Year's Eve. You had Al Gore telling you that the hole in the ozone layer was so big that you were going to have to wear sunblock and sunglasses every single time you went outside. You saw your parents who were solely committed and loyal to that one organization. They let them go. They lost their job, they lost their pension, and they're having to work longer. I want you all to think about this. And so their boomer parents became helicopter parents, and they hovered because life was scary. Can you blame them? Look what they lived through as children. They were old enough to know that scary things were going on, but they weren't emotionally mature enough to process it. And because of that, they are not aspiring for career success. They're not aspiring for job security. Oh, heck no. They aspire for freedom and flexibility because they're living for today because they don't know where tomorrow is going to look like. And that's where you have the big clash between Gen X and millennials, okay? So their communication preference is text or social media. I thought they were going to grow more thumbs because they text away. And their decision-making authority is they want decision-making input. That was important to them. So all of us are in these meetings, and they're standing outside the door going, ooh, can I get in that meeting? And we're all like, really? And they're like, well, yeah, because I can make better decisions than all of you in that room. And it's because growing up, they were given decision-making authority. K through 12 gave them options. Do you want this or you want this? I even think about vacations, okay? My mom said to me, get your ass in the back of the station wagon. Do y'all remember station wagons riding backwards? I was like car sick all the time. And we get in the car and she says, we're going on vacation. So I'm like, okay, Ma, where are we going on vacation? And she's like, we'll figure it out when you get there. And we go like 2 towns over. And I'm like, Ma, I thought we were on vacation. And she says, we're not home, are we? If we're not home, we're on vacation. Fast forward, boomers texting their kids, family meeting, 6 o'clock dining room. So you all get together. Yeah, how many of you have family meetings? Yeah, you know you have them. And they're like, honey, where would you like to go on vacation this year? Should we go to the beach? Should we go to Disney World? Or I even think about breakfast, y'all. So my mom said to me on her way out to work, there's cereal in the cupboard, help yourself, where the millennials are coming into the kitchen and mom and dad are like, honey, what would you like for breakfast? And I saw it. I saw it with my sister, who's a millennial. They're like, would you like cereal or toast or pancakes? And I'm like, pancakes? I had pancakes on Christmas morning, if I was lucky, right? So they had choices. So now they're showing up to your workplaces wanting choices, and you want to know what Gen X is doing to them? Y'all ready? Y'all familiar with the Heisman? They're like, eh. And they're like, oh, but I have this really good idea. Eh. Well, why can't we do this? Eh. And they're like, eh. How many letters do you have after your name? Eh. How long have you been with this organization? Eh. What's your student loan debt ratio that I'm still paying off, right? And when Gen X does this, they do this. And that's why when organizations hire me and give me this money and say, come in and fix our damn millennials, I say to them, you know what? Okay, I'm going to come, but I end up spending all of the time working with my Gen X managers. Okay? They are 36% of the workforce, and they're growing exponentially. By 2025, they will be 75% of the global workforce. So you need to get on board or you need to jump ship. Because if you don't, you're going to either sink your ship or they're going to walk you off the plank. Because they are massive disruptors. That's an academic term. They're changing how everything is done. Why do we have a 5-day work week? Why do we work 40 hours a week? Why are there banker hours? Why do I have to dress professionally? Why? And if because you say, because I said so, or that's the way we've always done it, they're out. They're massive disruptors, and you got to be worried about that piece out. Okay? So let's quickly go through Gen Z. I call them the meh generation, M-E-H-H. They're really not fazed by anything. They grew up during the Great Recession, like, meh, what's the big deal? They only know a world with terrorism in it, like, meh, what's the big deal? Like, blow yourself up, like, clean it up, like, come on, let's keep going. Like, same-sex marriage, what's the big deal? Why do people care, right? They've seen a black president. They've now seen a woman vice president. They only know a world with social media. But here's what's significant. This is going to be the first generation where the Caucasian generation becomes the minority population in America. And they are so dialed into security and stability in diversity, equity, and inclusion. If you are not being inclusive and seeing people as individuals, they're going to call you out on it, and they're not afraid to do it, okay? Their communication preference, virtual, because they keep reinventing it. They're not texting. What are they doing? It's all videos. Yeah. And they yearn for face-to-face attention. Any guesses as to why they yearn for face-to-face attention? Because their Gen X parents are such workaholics, they've neglected them of that face-to-face attention. So you go home and you all think about that tonight, okay? We don't know what their decision-making method is because their Gen X parents are like, I'm the parent, you're the child, you're not making decisions. And we don't know what percentage of the workforce they are because they're just now entering the workforce, which the worst mistake you can make is calling a Gen Z or a millennial, because number one, millennials hate being called millennials. So right now, everybody needs to take that M word out of their vocabulary. It doesn't exist. They hate it, and Gen Z hates it even more. The millennials are 25 to 40-ish, which makes me a little uncomfortable because it's really hard to compare a 28-year-old and a 38-year-old, okay? Here, 24 to 12 are your Gen Zs, and they're very different than millennials. All right, let's move on. What you have to be worried about is they are clashing with Gen Y, the millennials, pretty dramatically because they show up to work on time, they shake hands, they make eye contact, they're dressed professionally. They have a formal signature on their email. Like they email me, Dr. Furman, I apologize for not coming to class next week. I apologize for the inconvenience. And I'm like, you're not inconveniencing me, but okay. But I've already met with my classmates. I'm gonna make up what I missed, sincerely, signature. These are my millennials, texted me in the middle of the night. Yo, Mel. When's our next exam? And I'm like, yesterday. Oh, can I make it up? No. Can I get extra credit? No. Next thing I know, mom and dad's calling me. Johnny missed his exam. No, I know. Can he make it up? No. Can he get extra credit? No. Well, I'm calling the dean. I am the dean. Like, no. So very, very different. Okay, so let's keep moving. What we're worried about with this generation is that they are forced to behave like adults as children. We, Gen Z, we have them doing budgeting in middle school. We have them picking careers in middle school. Picking a career is a very adult decision. So we are expecting them to behave like adults as children, not healthy, by the way. And we're curious that when they actually get out into the workforce, can they really do this thing called adulting? I don't have time to give examples and go into it, but if you want to know more, you can reach out to me and I can give you some more information about that. Okay, so many of your Gen Xers are experiencing burnout, and they are very comfortable with doing things their way. So if, my young folks, you show up and you get this in your face, don't just turn around and quit and peace out. Be patient, build a relationship with them, because they can answer your why. They just don't have time. I don't have time to explain to them why we do what we do. So find when they have more time and they can explain it to you. Okay? Do you all know what this is? That's a high-end typewriter. Boomers may be feeling a little obsolete, and they're not going anywhere. So reinvent them. Give them opportunities to reinvent and recharge them. And they are awesome mentors for your millennials. They gave birth to them, okay? And so don't just write them off and wait, count the days till they retire. Use them. They have so much expertise to provide you. Don't think that the millennials are trophy kids. I hate when I hear that, because here's what I'm going to say to you. Who is giving them the trophies? Were they giving themselves the trophies? No, their parents were. And here, at the end of the day, everybody wants a trophy. Everybody wants to be rewarded across all generations. Everybody wants feedback. And so how many of you have performance reviews? How often are they? Quarterly? Yes.
They're not performers, they're coaching.
You're awesome. He's on it. Y'all need to listen to him. So most people have an annual performance review. That is so dated and obsolete and not engaging your young professionals. Right now, they put something on social media and they instantly get 1,000 pieces of feedback. But yet when they show up in your workplaces, they only get it once a year, and most of the time you rush through it. Where here, this gentleman said they have quarterly coaching reviews, and that is great, because you're not necessarily reviewing their performance, you're having a conversation with them and helping them grow and develop. But here's what I'm gonna tell you, my young folks. If you're not getting the feedback that you need and want, ask for it, okay? Go to the next one. The younger generations wanna make a difference, so think about your impact and bring that impact into focus. Every single one of your organizations, you should be able to drill down to your impact. The youngest generation of Gen Z cares a whole lot about your corporate values or your social responsibility. So if you cannot clearly articulate and demonstrate that you're living the values of your organization, they may not want to come work for you, okay? The younger generations like everything personalized, so my millennials, hold up your phones. I know you have them out within arm's reach. Everybody kind of look around at the phones at your table. Okay, Gen X, hold up your phone and or phones. All right, so what you may notice is the younger folks, all of their phone cases are personalized. Like it's sparkles, it's football, it's something personalized. And then you see Gen X and it's like black, white, whatever came free with the case. And if it's something fancy, it's because your kids or grandkids bought it for you and you felt bad, so you put it on, right? So to this point, the gentleman made up front is the one-size-fits-all consistency that HR loves to preach to y'all. That's obsolete, sorry, HR. It's dated. You now have to think about all of your employees as individuals and get to know them individually, and you need to coach them. And you're not going to coach your quarterback the same way you're going to coach your offensive lineman. Okay? Answer their why, and if it's because I said so or that's the way we've always done it, you need to rethink. The young people expect and demand innovation. So if your organizations are not demonstrating eating, living, breathing innovation, they're out. Okay, so I'm going to close here, and y'all, here's what's super cool. I can do this in 3 minutes or less because it's not rocket science. It's really very, very simple, which I already said. The first thing you need to do is you need to care. And Gen X is like, do I really need to care, or can I just like pretend like I care? You not only need to care, you need to communicate that you care. And that's where some of you may not be great at communicating that. People want to know that you care about them. And you have to stop thinking of them as millennials or boomers or Gen X or compartmentalizing or giving them whatever label you want to give them. You need to start thinking of them as individuals and understand that every single one of them has a different lens in how they see the world. And you don't have to like their lens. You don't have to agree with their lens, but you have to respect their lens, okay? Because everybody comes from a different upbringing, different background. And so the more that you can learn about yourself and you can learn about others, so if any of you have access to assessments that you can take, and we talked about this in the women's program this morning, you need to learn about who you are, your biases, your blind spots, your strengths, your preferences, your communication styles. And then once you know that, you need to learn that about all of your people. And then you need to adjust and meet somewhere in the middle. Because you don't ever want to assume anything. Because if you assume that someone's older, they don't know how to use technology, or the young people are like IT support, you don't want to do that. You're compartmentalizing. And so to get to know your people, you have to be approachable and available. And again, this is where my older folks are struggling with this. You're so stressed, you're so overworked, you're doing a job of 3 people, you're balancing all this stuff. And so I was like, okay, we need to schedule care time on your calendar. And they're like, really? I said, no, you do. And it has to be daily, self-care and the care of others. And you have to be approachable and available so these young people can learn from you. And focus on the similarities. Think about that exercise we did. Go back to your offices. Music is a great thing to bring people together. So maybe on Fridays, wear your favorite concert t-shirt day. Right? Mine's going to be the Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Faith No More concert. My U2 concert, you know? Backstreet Boys? Yeah, sweet. So focus on the similarities, not the differences. Okay, who is this? Okay, you make me feel so much better because my college students are like, Karate Kid? That's the movie with like Will Smith's son. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so real quick, 80s references. Name the movie. This is our time. This is our time down here. Don't feed them after midnight. Ludicrous speed. Spaceballs, yes. Something about, I'll just say goose. Top, yeah, okay. I feel like I need to teach a class of nothing but all of the fun 80s movies that my college students have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, this right here is you need to be someone's Mr. Miyagi. Okay? If you take the experience and the work ethic and the resiliency of the older generations and you take them with the ambition and the innovation and the creativity of the younger generation and you put them together, your organizations are freaking amazing. But you have to be Mr. Miyagi, right? Because Daniel's son was like super annoying, right? Like he was like always in his face and he was breaking his bonsai and he was like doing all this stuff. And what did Mr. Miyagi do? He was emotionally mature and he was calm, wax on, wax off, and he helped him be better. Somebody mentored you at some point, so now it's your job to lean in and mentor them. So rather than do this, lean in instead. Okay, so in closing, my last slide here is this whole 45-minute thing you sat through today was a diversity training, because that's what this is. Recognizing and understanding that everybody has something to bring to the table and they all have a different lens, and to stop compartmentalizing. Help them grow professionally and emotionally so they get to that maturity level that you need them to be to bring your organization into the future and to be successful into the future. So that's all I got. Here's my contact information. If you have any questions, Terry does have a handout. We didn't tell you that on the front end. That she's going to email to all of you that has everything that was in my slides, so don't worry if you missed something. And if you have any questions, anything you want, reach out to me. And if you want, you can follow me on LinkedIn. I curate a lot of articles about this topic and my other topics. You know that they come from reliable resources, and I'd love to connect with you on LinkedIn. So thank you for having me. I'm 1 minute over. Not bad.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful, the Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, staying super busy down here at the Recycling Center. Have more people coming in than we've ever had down here, and we're thankful for that. Glad that our citizens are using us here. Did want to make a few notes just to save you a little trouble once you got down here. Wanted to remind everyone that the computer recycling is what we do here. It's not electronics recycling. We're still having people coming in with TVs and microwaves and that kind of thing, and they're slipping those into our computer recycling boxes. We're having to dig through, get those out. It's hard to do. We end up missing a few, and the company that does the recycling for us does come back and charge us for items that don't belong. So we've started getting some of our folks here to check and make sure that people are only putting in computer recycling. So things like TVs, microwaves, that type thing, some of the electronics, it can be thrown away here, but it can't be recycled. So they may be directing you to the scale to throw those items away if they see you bringing them in. Computer monitors, as long as they're flat screen, keyboards, modems, the speakers that goes with them, the mouse, all of that stuff, anything, printers, anything associated with the computer is fine to put in that box. We just have to keep out some of the other stuff. So just wanted to get that out of the way and kind of talk a little bit about our mattresses. We do accept mattresses here. We're one of the few places that I can think of right now that does accept mattresses, but we're getting so many in. Just wanted you to know that right now we do have a 2 mattress limit per customer per day limit on right now. We've had people come in with quite a few mattresses at one time, and we really want to make sure everyone gets an equal opportunity to bring their old mattress in when they go out and buy a new mattress. If we take 10 or 12 from one customer or citizen, we may not have, we may run out of room and have to turn others away that only have 1 or 2. So we want to make sure we give everyone an equal chance to get their mattresses in here. The only exception to that 2 mattress limit would be, like your king said, the 2 smaller box springs with the 1 king mattress. They will accept that, that way, since it really is just, 1 mattress or 1 mattress set. So just keep that in mind. Again, we hate having to turn people away. We know you need a place to get rid of those. We simply just don't have the space both on our floor to stack the mattresses and on the tractor trailer that we load those mattresses onto. We're getting so many that we're filling up that tractor trailer in little over a week full of mattresses. So we do have to have some sort of limit until it all kind of settles down and we're getting fewer in. So be patient with us. Hopefully that's not something that's in place for too long, but it is something we're having to do now. Looking forward to some of our spring events. We have scheduled a document destruction day. We've partnered with the Loganville Lions Club, and on Saturday, April the 26th from 9 to 11, we're going to be at the City Hall in Loganville. It's the perfect opportunity to bring in any old sensitive documents you have for shredding. Give us a call if you have questions about what can and can't be accepted. Pretty much anything that's paper can, even the folders themselves. You don't have to take out staples or paper clips or anything like that. Just make sure they're not in metal binders and stuff like that. And pretty much everything outside of that, as long as it's papers accepted, magazines, paperback books, those type things will be fine to be included in that. If you have any questions, as always, give us a call down here, 770-267-1421. We've also started looking at dates to do a shredding event here at the recycling center. So those, here in Monroe, are a little, we provide a closer location to bring those. But in the meantime, it's just down the road at Loganville City Hall. If you have any of those documents, feel free to come out and see us. Give us a call about the event, and we'll keep you posted on when we can get an event scheduled here at the recycling center. And as I always do, I would encourage you and invite you to come down. Let us show you around the center, show you what we do. Give us a call. Let us help you get started recycling. Be happy to tell you about what we do and don't accept here. To answer any questions you have, any kind of environmental questions, we'd be happy to help you with. So give us a call. Again, our number is 770-267-1421. Look forward to seeing and hearing from all of you. And until next time, take care.
I'm Jody Johnson. I'm here with another recreation report. Today we're shooting here at Criswell Park, and this is the new pickleball and shooting sports facility that our facilities program has built. And it is a beautiful facility, and it's very well used. In the morning times, we actually sell memberships that's very affordable. It's the same price as our community center, which is really $2 per week per family. Right now, you can become a member of the Indoor Pickleball Club for as little as $50 from now until the end of June. So it's a very affordable place to come play. Right now our times, we're still working out with the county extension, so it's mostly from around 8 in the morning till around 12, 1 o'clock is when we have the activity area. And then every evening, the shooting sports, which we have a national acclaimed BB shooting team from Walton County that really goes out and does well every year. And they're actually hosting a regional BB match this weekend here at this facility, where they'll bring in 350 kids from all over this area to come and compete. So good luck to the Walton County team. I know they'll represent us well, and they have a great place to show off this weekend that no other place in the entire southeast region has a place that will allow you to shoot BBs, and we have over 100 targets behind me here that they can just slide the door open. They have their targets available for them each evening. with very little setup. This facility also has archery for those kids that want to do archery. We have an archery net. It's a very safe place to do it, and then it also does air rifle as well. So it's a great facility for us. We've renovated the front as well. It's heat and cooled, this entire building. It's well insulated, so it's a great place for all the kids to come and have those type of events. We will host some indoor pickleball tournaments coming up soon. We're just, again, working out the schedule and making sure everybody gets to use it so we can fill up this facility. It's very nice and clean and safe place to come and participate. And I'm sure you'll get a couple shots of it as we're talking. One other thing that we have going on at the Recreation Department is our craft fair. And we've started these a couple years ago, and they seem to grow in not only the people that want to come and show off their crafts and their things that they want to sell, but the visitors to that as well. And it'll be coming up at Meridian Park in Loganville, and that is March 22nd, and it's from 9 o'clock until 1 o'clock. If you want to be a vendor, you would need to just contact our office, and we have like 27 vendors that will allow to go in there, and it gives you basically a spot and a table to set up at. But we would love to invite you to go and see all the crafts at that fair as well. So from 9 to 1 on March 22nd, we invite you to go to the Meridian Community Center and check out all the crafts. There's tons of stuff from homemade candies and cookies to hats and Christmas ornaments and some woodworking items that they have. So there's a lot of different things that some talented Walton County folks that build and create, and it's a good place to walk through. It doesn't take long to walk through the 27 vendors, and hopefully you'll find something that you like there. And again, it's climate controlled because it's going to be inside our gym, so it's rain or shine, it doesn't matter. You know how the weather is here in March. Even though we're experiencing this great weather here in February, who knows what March will bring us. Our basketball season has finally come to an end. We crowned all our county champions and all those things. We had a great basketball season this past year. We're close to, I think we had over 900 kids participating in our basketball program. But now we've started our spring kickoff. All of our baseball, softball, soccer, and our track program are all underway. They'll begin practicing around February 22nd, and then they'll start games somewhere around March 15th for all our spring sports. So hopefully you got registered, and that's at Criswell Park, out at Felker Park for the soccer, and at the West Walton and South Walton for our baseball and softball. Our track program, we've able to work out where we could utilize the track at George Walton, so we have about 40 kids that run in our track program, and they'll do meets all over this area on Saturdays. So we have a lot of activities, about 2,800 kids participating in our programs this spring. So it's fantastic that parents bring out those kids and are able to enjoy some team sports, and in track and actually as an individual sport. So we appreciate all that. We're still in need of people that would like to officiate ball games, whether it's on the soccer side or the baseball or softball. We always need people that would like a part-time job and know the sport well enough to go out and officiate those games. We really are needing that. And we also need volunteers that would like to get out and spend some time with the youth and coach in one of those events. So if you have some, we really look for role models. If you know the sport, it's a plus, but we really just need role models to come out there and spend the time with those kids. And there's usually somebody that can do some sport-specific drills with the kids that they can get them prepared for their game activities. So we have a lot going on at the Recreation Department, from the basketball program ending, the spring sports starting. We still have our community center events that are going on, the workout centers. Now's a good time to join because we prorate that through the end of June, so it's only around $50 for the rest of the year. If you'd like to join our community centers, we'd love to have you. And we have three of those now at Felker, Meridian, and at South Walton. And our new park will have a community center as well, and it will be open somewhere around October, November of this year. They're really moving pretty good on the new park at Walnut Grove. And that will have an amphitheater, and we hope we can host some concerts and different festivities in the amphitheater. It'll have a 5-field softball complex there as well. That'll be all turf. The community center will have a full workout area and several conference rooms. We have a large pavilion and several small pavilions with some nice playground equipment. So it's going to be a beautiful park, and hopefully it'll be open by October or November of this year. We'll try to get out there pretty soon as some of the construction gets a little safer, that we can go out there and film, and I can give you a kind of a bird's eye view of what that park is going to look like. Probably by March we should be able to do that and see some of the athletic fields that are just about complete, because the athletic area should be done somewhere around May. So it'd be a great time to see how that's coming about. So again, go to our website at waltoncountyga.gov. You can find a park near you. We have a lot of outdoor walking tracks, a lot of paved areas, some areas that are not paved that you can get out and explore. Several frisbee golf courses, like at Ayers Park, and here at Crystal Park we have frisbee golf courses that are a great place to get out, throw the frisbee. You know, there's not really any rules if you're playing by yourself. You just throw it and try to make it in the basket. You can write down your scores and try to improve it each time. It's a great way to play some type of golf activity without any fees whatsoever. Every Saturday just about there is some type of organized event out at Ayers Park. So if you're looking for some pointers or tips and you want to play a little more competitively, you can go out to Ayers Park on Saturday mornings, and there's a lot of guys out there that would love to share their knowledge of their frisbee sport game. So go to our website, you can see all our activities online, and we'll see you soon. Thanks a lot.
Hi, welcome to Monroe Walton Center of the Arts. We hope you'll come see us soon. This show, our member show, is here every January through about the middle of February, and it's about to go away. The last day of this show is February 15th, so please come see the show before it's gone. Several of the pieces have already sold, but there's lots more. If you need art for your home or your office or for a gift, it's a beautiful time to buy gifts and beautiful things for your home. So this show is here through the 15th, and then coming in after that is our elementary show. I call that the happiest show in town. It's always super creative, super colorful, beautiful, fun show, and that show will open, I think, about February 19th or so, 20th maybe. So that will be the next show coming in. We have a date night, Paint Your Partner, coming up on for Valentine's. It's got a few openings at this time in it, so if you're interested in that, be sure to sign up soon. It's a couple, and it's $60 for two people, for both people, and they come in and you paint each other. It's a lot of fun, a lot of laughter. It's hilarious. It's just a lot of fun, and that's with Jennifer. We have a book signing with Barbara Barth coming up on February 16th. Our artistic shelter meets again this month, and that will be on the 27th of February. That's for people dealing with grief and loss, especially of a family member. So that's coming up the end of February. We've got a collage party with Eileen coming up in February. So lots of really fun things. If you come in, you'll see our class list. You can go to our website, monroewaltonarts.org. You can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, and see everything that we have going on. Of course, we also have a free newsletter that we send out twice a month, and you can sign up for that. Come in here and sign up, and we'll send that out to you. So we have so much going on. I know I hear a lot. How do we keep up with it? And it's a lot. We've got a calendar on our website, so if you're kind of at loose ends on a weekend, you can look and see what we have going on that evening or that day. So come see us. We're your creative hub here in Monroe, and we'll see you soon.
Good morning. Thank you for watching. I'm Dina Huff, the Executive Director for the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth. And I would just like to welcome you this morning and just give you a little information about what is going on with us and with some of our partners out in the county, and give you a few dates that you might want to write down and keep so you can attend or sign up for these events. So first, I'd like to share that our next collaborative meeting will be hosted at Walton County UGA Extension Office, and that's at 1258 Criswell Road and in Monroe, and that is on February 18th at 8 o'clock a.m. We will have a Zoom option for that. So if you're interested in attending that meeting by Zoom, then just reach out to me, and I'll share my number and my email address after I finish up. But we will have a radon training during that meeting. Mr. Jake Connor will be presenting that information to us, and we have a limited amount. We have 30 packets. So if you're interested, please reach out to me and I'll get you signed up. Those meetings are open to anyone in the county, and we would love to have anyone participate that is able and willing to come out that early in the morning. So next, I would like to share that our Walton Youth Project and the students there, our Teen Advocacy Board, have put together their second annual lip sync battle. And that is going to be Friday, April 18th at 6 p.m. at Monroe Area High School. And I believe, I will stand corrected if I'm not mistaken, I believe they are still looking for presenters for the lip sync battle. And if you attended last year, you know that we had a blast. So if you're interested, please reach out to us again, and I'm going to leave the flyer so you can get more information about that and sign up and purchase tickets for that. But we would absolutely love to see a crowd pack the doors for that event, because that benefits the partners that we work with. All money goes back to the partners and also to Monroe Area High School for allowing us to participate there and host us at that school. So moving on, and I'm sorry, I need my glasses for this because it's tiny writing. I wanted to give you an update on the YMCA membership drive, and they are still doing sign-ups. So it's moving closer and closer, and I drive by there every day and I see the building, and I think the Y is going up today. I heard that directly from the director's mouth, Meredith. She shared that with me last night. So the next sign-ups in February is February 7th from 4 to 6 right here at the Walton County Board of Ed Annex Building, on 220 from 3 to 6 at Loganville First United Methodist Church, and February 22nd, 9 until 12 at Walton back here at the Annex, and February 28th from 4 until 6 here at the Annex. So there's an early sign up, and it's 50% off to join, a joining fee. So if you're interested, reach out to me, and I can put you in touch with those folks, or just show up at any of these locations and sign up. I know they're going to be excited to have you sign up, and the building's beautiful. I've been inside before it was completed, and I hope to go tour it again once it's completed. So it's a great opportunity for our county and for our residents. So I'm going to share my email address and my phone number. So if you have any questions about anything that I've shared this morning, please feel free to reach out to me. Or if you have any questions about any resources you may need in the county, we do that as well. We do a lot of information and referrals, a lot of youth development services. We offer drug and alcohol classes to our youth. Those classes are $60, and we do have one coming up in March, and parents can actually sign their kids up for that class as well. So my email address is Dena, DENA .huff@walton.k12.ga.us. That's a mouthful. My direct line number is 770-207-3175. So again, if you have any questions about anything I shared this morning, I know it's a lot, and I'll share the information after we stopped filming. But I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, I'm Isaac with Reboot, giving you the Reboot Tech Tip. Again, I want to talk about a little bit about security. One thing I want to talk about is, like checking your bank account transactions or your credit card transactions. Now, I personally don't do this a lot, but I do, every other month or every few months, I'll go through and just look and see what kind of transactions are coming through, especially if you do like auto pay on things. So there's been a few times where I've looked at my bank accounts and been like, well, I have no idea what this is, and I'll call the bank and they're like, oh, we don't know what it is either. And so we'll have to, usually I have to go down to the bank and be like, okay, well, let's figure it out. Like, where is this coming from? And it may be a process that they can do right then, or maybe a process that takes a couple days. And I'm trying to remember, there was a time or two where we had to figure out where it was coming from. We had to call that company, and I want to say once it was something that shouldn't have been there. And that just comes from me checking, what's the stuff that we sign up for, or something we might accidentally sign up for on the internet, or something on some web page somewhere. It can be something as easy as like your email, and there's a little ad on the side, and you accidentally click on it, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to do this, and then they're getting you for your $15-20 a month or whatever it may be. It's important to check those things. And again, I know it's kind of tedious or it's a pain, but I have found that it's been worth it. The other thing too that I want to talk about kind of in that same realm is phishing. So, and not phishing with an F, but phishing with a PH. There's lots of scams out there. You can get an email, and that's really the biggest thing about phishing is an email you might get. And it might look like it's from somebody you know, and it's really not. It may even be like a company you work with, but it's actually not. A lot of times what they'll do is they'll put like one letter in there that'll be different, or there might be like a hyphen in there, and I'm talking about from the email address. Or it may just be somehow that they can do like one uppercase letter, just stuff like that. It's easy to mimic an actual email address that you're familiar with. It could be somebody you know. You're like, hey, look at this picture, and you click on the link. It's and I've only ever seen it be like a link. So you click on the link, and then it takes you to some website, or it just automatically downloads something, and you don't know that it's doing anything. It's doing all this stuff in the background, and then they're on your computer, whoever they may be. And it could be a year before they mess with you, or they may never mess with you. A lot of times what'll happen is they'll get on your computer, they start looking at your stuff, they watch you get on your bank account, they watch you look at your credit cards. They can tell what you're typing in, stuff like that. So the biggest thing is, if you suspect anything, don't click on it. Call that person or call that company. Hey, what is this? Or if you accidentally click on it, you need to take it to a shop like us or whoever, and have them look at it, and explain what you did and what happened. Another big one with that is if you let anybody on your computer and you're not familiar with them, or you don't know who they are, or there's lots of fake websites set up like HP. There's HP is not doing it, but there's fake HP sites that get people all the time. They come in here and they're like, oh, this is a site I went to. Well, that's not an actual official HP site. Did you let somebody on your computer? Yes, we did. Okay. We need to wipe the computer. There's no other way to fully fix it. So just be careful of the whole phishing thing. One other thing on the phishing thing I want to touch on is you could just be on the internet and accidentally run your mouse over something and something downloads. Or you can run your mouse over, you don't even have to click on it now. You just run the cursor over, something on some website, and it can actually be a reputable website, and then something flashes up. This is Microsoft, call da-da-da-da-da. That's a scam. Don't call the number. Do not call the number. You turn your computer off right away, boot the computer back up. If it's gone, you're okay. If it's not gone, again, you need to bring it to somebody like us. Let us look at it, see if we can fix it. Well, I mean, we can fix it, but see what it takes to fix it. But anyway, that's it. Isaac with Reboot, giving you the Reboot tech tip. Come check out our computers. We sell new and used stuff. We also do repairs and all kind of stuff. Thanks.
Fact: more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference.